What up, everybody? It's your boy PTK BLAM back on another beautiful Saturday evening for another episode of the Shop Podcast. Yes, we are back for another Saturday. Everybody, want to appreciate you guys coming out, showing support last week and this week. Also, it's been a long week for me, we're gonna go ahead and get the show on the road. We were kind of running a skeleton crew today, with just some of the original people, GKB, She Wolf. But you know how we're gonna get this shit done. We're gonna run through the questions. As you guys file in, you guys know how we do here. Put your questions in the chat. We're going to take a couple later on. Got some great topics, though. A lot of great stuff happened this week, and we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. But first, let me go ahead and introduce my two great guests, family friends. I don't even look at these people as friends; they're just family at this point now. Love them to death, both of them. But go ahead and introduce yourself, GKB.
What's up, everybody? It's GKB, aka the Governor, as the community has endowed me with, and I thank you all for that. Great to be on the Shop Podcast and talk some awesome topics. We do got a lot of really cool topics to talk about, so I'm kind of excited to rant a little bit. So it's gonna be fun.
Definitely. We were just talking in the chat a minute ago, everybody, and we have some strong opinions about some of these topics. But next we have Lady She Wolf. Everybody, you guys know the unofficial secretary. Everybody on Twitter and who does Xbox podcasts. So go ahead and shout yourself out, lady.
Hey, what's up? It's been a while since I've been on here, but always love coming on the Shop Podcast because, hey, it's where the heart is. So, yep.
For sure. And we got some great things coming up, too. Guys, I've been kind of MIA this week. It's a lot going on in my personal life, but we're gonna keep it moving, keep this game and train going. So, like I said, we got some great topics. Don't forget also to subscribe. I'm really trying to hit that 1,000 sub mark. I'm getting really close. It's kind of inching there. Favorite the show and share it on Facebook, whatever you may do to help me to get to 1,000 subscribers, man. It's one of my goals. I want to do it before my birthday in December. So let's go ahead and get the Shop Podcast and my channel to 1,000 subs. I greatly appreciate you guys' support over the, I guess, year and a half or so I've been doing this now. It's crazy how time flies. But let's go ahead and dive right into the topic. So first topic we want to talk about here is the BGA nominations. Now, this has been kind of big, and I know a lot of people have listened to podcasts this week, and we've all kind of talked about this, but it's been kind of huge. The nominations aren't the greatest. There are some categories that I'm not really happy with. I'm not on the panel, or I'm not one of the judges, but some of these categories are just, you can look at them. If you have two eyes, if you've played video games throughout the year, it's a little lopsided. I don't know how they do the voting. I don't really know who's on the panel this year, but namely the voice actor category, the game of the year. There's a couple snubs elsewhere, and also some of the miscategorization. They need to really separate some of these categories of sports and racing and all these kind of like hybrid categories. It doesn't really make much sense. So I want to get you guys' opinion on how you guys feel about some of the nominations. So I'll start with you, She Wolf. How do you feel about some of the nominations?
Okay, so to start off, I'd have to say they're pretty disappointing because, one, you have, say, for instance, Titanfall 2, who's in Game of the Year, and how can you put a game that's in this category that sold less than its little brother? Or I guess that it'd be its older brother. And, it had so many downfalls of it, and a lot of people complain of it, and, but yet they put it in Game of the Year. And then you don't see any, like, say, Xbox exclusive games where, like, Gears of War should have been in there because that had, campaign and multiplayer that both turned out, like, great. And, it's been one thing to another when it comes to all these categories. They're so unleveled, and I read forums and stuff, and they said that, like, it's the journalists and the people of these, like, different gaming sites that determine who's nominated and stuff. And it's like that's just not right because there's too much favoritism to certain categories, to certain games that just should not be there in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about this, everybody, before the show started, and I mean, to have 3 voice actors from the same game in one category with only 5 nomination slots, that doesn't make much sense. I mean, there's a ton of different games that came out. You can't find 2 other people that are like on par, or I mean, I understand.
Like,
that's
you
what
have
I'm saying.
the guy
There's
from yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah, to me, I don't, it's, and then you on Game of the Year, Titanfall 2 not only Did it not? Well, I don't want to say it didn't sell well, but it underperformed. But it's a brand. The game just came out. I mean, and it's not like it's blowing the doors off anybody at this point. So Inside was a great game. Overwatch was a little out of place. That's a great game too, but it doesn't really hit on all the traditional points when you think of a game of the year. So it's just a lot of hit or miss there, and it's kind of awkward, how these things are voted. So go ahead, GKB, go ahead and give your opinion, man.
Yeah, so I think, like, first off, I want to say, like, the Game Awards, I think, is a really great thing for the industry, and I think we need a Game Awards to show some of these devs and these great games some love throughout the year. That being said, if Jeff Keighley wants this thing to have some legitimacy and stuff, he really needs to work on the nomination process and how it's voted on and everything like that. Like we were talking about the game of the year, we have Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted Thief's End. Uncharted Thief's End absolutely needs to be on game of the year talks. Every year it comes out, it's always there. Overwatch, like, is a multiplayer game, but doesn't offer a whole lot else. And what I was saying before on other podcasts when we were talking about the Game Awards and stuff is, and this is my opinion and how I perceive, like, game of the year. It's something that throughout the year, no matter what else came out, no matter what else going, always in the back of my head, I always got that game that's like, just calling me and wanting to go play and stuff. And for me, that's like a game that really, like, touched me and touched other gamers that you always want to go back to. And that's kind of what game of the year is for me. And a couple of these choices, I gotta say, like, I don't really understand where they're coming from. They're all really good games, but for a majority of them is like kind of like Inside, a great experience, great game, and all that kind of stuff. But really, it's just one and done. I never once had, like, I wanted to go back. And if you want to throw Inside on there, I would definitely make a strong argument for Hyper Light Drifter to be on there, because that's a fantastic game and has a ton of replayability and calls back to me and wants to play. But Titanfall 2 is another one. Yeah, they did better with a campaign and all that stuff. I just don't. Like, why is Gears not on there? And I think going forward, like, for game of the year, I think for to be fair, I would definitely pick, like, maybe 2 from PlayStation, 2 from Xbox, maybe indie Nintendo. We got to see what comes out with NX, because with Zelda coming out next year at some points, that would probably definitely be a game of the year contender next year. But yeah, if they want this to go further and they want gamers and the industry to hop on board and fill the seats and in the stadium and stuff, they really got to work on this and make it fair for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I share the same sentiments. I mean, the categories were a little off to me. I feel like Uncharted, obviously. And the funny thing is about this is that we all know who's going to win that category anyway. So all of the other games are moot. It's a moot point. Uncharted's winning game of the year, no doubt about it. We already know that's pretty much a wash at this point. But I'm okay with Doom. Doom was a fantastic game all the way around.
Absolutely.
Hit on a lot of those points. Like you said, Inside's kind of a one and done game. It doesn't add a lot of replayability. It's just I don't get it. I don't understand. You're right. You're absolutely right that it is imperative that the industry have this type of award show. But to add some type of legitimacy, I just think that there should be more variety. There's a lot of other games out that hit on those key points, that you can see.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we were talking before the show too, Blam, like, about the categories and stuff. How you were saying, like, sports and racing is another category. Why is that the same category? Like, there were so many racers that came out. Yeah, maybe not all AAA, but you had Assetto Corsa. You had Forza Horizon, and there was a couple other, like, indie ones that came out. That top-down one, the name escapes me right now.
Didn't Need for Speed come out too?
Yeah, like I think Need for Speed came out.
Yeah, Need for Speed, and heck, you even had that freaking
the Formula One game,
Turbo one too.
Yeah, like, there's just so many games that I don't know. They just didn't really offer, and that would have been a great category to separate. And there's a ton of sports games too. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. And for the record, Forza Horizon 3 absolutely deserves to be in the Game of the Year category, in my opinion. It just adds so much content. The game is so well done. It does what it does. Probably the best out of a game this year, as far as, like, what the game's supposed to do and, like, the potential that the game, like, is supposed to have. A lot of games come out. There's a lot of potential. They don't quite get there. Exceeded a lot of people's expectations on just about every level. It didn't really miss the ball anywhere.
Right.
There's not a lot of games, AAA games, that can make that same stance, you know. So
Mhm.
I feel like Forza Horizon 3 should have absolutely been there as far as a game of the year. I know it's a racer, and they kind of slight races. Oh, it's just a racing game. Fantastic.
Yeah, but that's the other point is like just because it's a racing game or a shooter or whatever, like that doesn't mean it can't be in those conversations for game of the year. That just doesn't make any sense. It's video game of the year, not race car of the year or racer of the year. You know what I'm saying? It's like any video game that comes out through that year should have, you know, somebody talking about it to be a nomination, at least have that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. So that was a great opening topic, everyone, and everybody that's kind of filing in now. Put your questions in the chat. You know how we do here on the Shop Podcast. You know, we take a couple questions from everybody live here towards the end of the show. Thank you guys for all coming also, too, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. Got
real
a lot
quick,
of great
Blaine,
stuff. Oh, go ahead.
Just to give everybody, you know, something to like chew on for a little while is, you know, She-Wolf and I are in the works of making, you know, a video game awards for ourselves. And we're putting a bunch of games on there, and the fans and everybody out there in social media and stuff is going to have a chance to vote on those. They're going to be your video game awards. Like, you are the guys that put so many hours into this kind of stuff. So, like, why wouldn't you have a vote in this? Like, so that's
and
coming
we
through.
did it. You know, we're also doing it where game of the year, you'll be able to write in what game you think should be game of the year, and then
you're
we also,
nominating it.
yeah, you're nominating it, and you know, we'll take the ones that were voted the most, and we'll take 4 of them, and then you guys will get to vote for the actual. You know, we're making it so that it's fair to the gamers. It's from gamers to gamers, and I think that's what all these gaming awards should have been. Not so biased, because let's be honest. Let's look at it. Uncharted 4 is in almost every category, and for the role-playing one, they didn't even put ReCore in there, which I don't see how that's fair at all when that was a great role-playing game.
Yeah, definitely. It's not a traditional role-player game, but it definitely has a lot of it qualifies. You know, it's enough content there to qualify. You know, so
it's
I don't
better
know, man.
than DLC.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, everybody. So yeah, that's a good point. Like these guys said, they told me about it. I've kind of known about it for a few days now. If you're on Twitter, that they've announced it, but that's a great fucking idea for the community. Let everybody just vote, you know, and it's open to everybody. You know, this is not, I know we made majority, you know, we talk about Xbox, we're big Xbox fans, but if you have Twitter, you can vote. If you have, you know, a social media app, you can vote, and it's open to everybody. PlayStation fans, Nintendo fans, does not matter. So when they put that poll up, everybody, I urge you guys to go vote. You want to see a game that, like you said, you can write it in. It's really, really fair way to do things. I'm 100% behind that method. So it's awesome.
Like there is a couple that are multiple choice, but it's like the Xbox exclusives where we know what they are.
Yeah, there's only so many.
Exclusives, we know what they are. The fighter games, it's equally diverse between all the consoles, not just favoritism to one particular console. And that's how all the categories, if they're multiple choice, because we know the games that, because obviously, you know, there's only so many games that come out in 2016. So, that, you know, we can put that in there, but they all have the equal amount of games. So there is no over bias in any of the categories.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. That's the way you do it. So, Jeff Keighley, if you're listening, that's how you do a video game award, sir.
We're going to set the example for you to model after.
And that wasn't a shot. It's just a little bit of information for you, Jeff.
And I'm going to tell everybody right now, hopefully, he hasn't fully confirmed, but BLAM should be a guest star on the Gaming Awards.
Woohoo!
Nice. Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
A little more happy.
You guys are crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, man. Got some great news here. Xbox 15th anniversary, man. It's been a huge deal for us, and this is really important. Be it the fact that, you know, most of us here that, you know, on this podcast and on, you know, Console Corner, we're majority, you know, huge Xbox fans. That's kind of the console that we follow. So it's great to hear the Xbox 15th anniversary. Like, it's crazy, you know. I think back and I'm like, where the hell did the time go? You know, 15 years already, you know, since the first one dropped, and there's a lot of memories. And I kind of wanted to ask you guys, what are some of your fondest memories, and like, what's your first memory, you know, of the Xbox? You know, so I wanted to give that to you and She-Wolf. So you go ahead and start, GKB. What's your fondest memory, man? I mean, 15 years is a long time, man. And, you know, we've been gaming before that, and we've had systems prior to the Xbox One dropping, but we've stuck on, this console, throughout the years. We have 15 years. It's ridiculous. So what's
Yeah.
kind of like your fondest memory, about the
Oh.
Xbox?
I mean, like, I guess mine would be like, one of my first like LAN party type things. And I was talking about this on Xbox Nation because he asked the same question. Shout out to Crap. And that was like, we got the Xbox and we were playing Halo, and we played like, 4 people on one console. They didn't really have Xbox Live like in the beginning, part of that. So like a bunch of our buddies had Xboxes too. And, one of my friends like researched how to, connect them all together. So we got this router, a bunch of Ethernet cords, hooked them all up, had like a million TVs all over the place, and got it going. And it was just an absolutely absurd blast. We played, from the afternoon until like the next day, passed out, and then woke back up and played again. And, that's what I really like about, the Xbox and its whole ecosystem is just the community. And it brings gamers together. I mean, look, we could play with gamers like, across the pond in like the UK and just all over the place. I have some really good friends over there, like Mega and all those guys that we play with from time to time. And it's just fantastic. Like no matter where you are in this world, like it brings you close together. And get to play with some really awesome gamers out there. And that's one of my, best memories for Xbox.
Awesome. You know what? The funny thing is, I think and don't forget everybody, I'm asking you guys this question too. What are you guys' fondest memory from Xbox? So go ahead and put it in the chat section too, man. I'd love to read, what you guys' fondest memories are too. So GKB, that's definitely something that I can relate to, brother. That damn, what was it called? It was System Link. That's what it was called.
System Link. Yep.
System Link, man. Me and my buddies. Man, my buddy had a freaking like Toyota to sell that we used to put our TVs in the back of.
Nice.
Put our Xboxes in. And we used to drive around to different places because we had buddies in school. We used to drive around to different places and like challenge people to like Halo matches.
That's awesome.
And we'd be like, okay, you know how most people nowadays pop the trunk to get a gun? We pop in the trunk to get the TVs to get the system out. Like, yeah, we go into the car right now to get the game. Talking all that mess. So it was just so many fond memories. But go ahead, go ahead. I was gonna say Foxfire. She's in here talking. Sorry. Go ahead, She-Wolf.
I'm definitely not Fox, but
yeah, I know.
They're similar.
Well, yeah, we got the same birthday. We're twins. Okay, so I didn't actually, I haven't been playing Xbox as long as everyone. I was 14 when Xbox first came out. So
Shame.
Okay, first off, I have a couple, fond memories of when it comes to the Xbox and just gaming in general, I guess. One is, of course, first time I played Halo with GKB. It was the very first time I got into the Xbox. And playing Alice Menace Returns. Oh my god, I
taught her well, ladies and gentlemen. I taught her well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was a like big PC player. I liked MMOs like Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2 and stuff like that. So that, that's what I played growing up was PC. And but then we've had LAN parties which were just always amazing. We had like the kids would go to the grandparents' place and we'd have our friends come over and we just have like Xboxes hooked up on like every freaking TV that we had, or they would bring TVs or monitors or whatever. And we just had everyone playing, like when Destiny first came out a couple years ago, we had a LAN party. We had the LAN party with like Halo and, we've done a few of them, and it's always just a great time when you can spend, time with other gamers. But, I'd have to say one of my biggest memories, and I know people are going to say I'm like cheesy or whatever, but, it's getting to meet everyone from this community, because without gaming, I wouldn't have met Fox. I started playing, the very first game we played was The Division. Is where I met Fox, and then we played Rocket League, sorry, and I was gonna call it Soccer Cars, and then I'm like, wait, no, I gotta call it its real name, and I screwed up its real name anyways. But we played Rocket League, and then that's when we met Ran and South, and we started playing with Mooch, and we just kind of got in with everybody, and it made it more fun. And being a stay-at-home mom, you don't get out much. It's hard to get out, so having the community just made things so much simpler and so much more easy and comforting for me, because now I have all of you guys that I can talk to, and all that kind of stuff where it's hard. I don't drive or anything like that. So getting out, it's so hard to do. And everyone just makes it so much easier. And it just, I don't know. And then, like GKB said, we have friends, like we have Jez, we have, Timodos, we have like Mega Bad Seed, Jamie Moran, all of them from overseas and stuff that, we would have never met. And they're all amazing people. We wouldn't have met you, Blam, and just all of it just made it so amazing. So I guess like is everything in general over the last year or so, that's just been a really, really big moment, I guess, for me.
Awesome. I share the same. I think, like I said before, I think a lot of us are right along the same lines, man. For me, Xbox Live changed everything. I remember calling my local cable provider, and getting like my own internet, and finally being able to get online with Halo 2, and play multiplayer. I'm like, oh my god, I don't have to invite my friends over and they have to drag their TVs to play online. I can literally just get on. And the first match I played, I'm like, oh my, this is amazing. It was like life changing.
Absolutely.
Like, having all these people from around the country and I'm joining matches and I don't have to, call, hey man, you can jump on the game or can you come over and this and this and that. So it opened up a completely new world for me and I've never looked back. So I thank Xbox for that. And like they said, I mean, I wouldn't have met a lot of great people here in the Xbox community and just on Twitter and in the gaming community in general, if it was not for, those type of experience. So, Halo was big for me also too. Halo changed a lot for me. As far as looking at a first-person shooter, from the controls to the story to the actual character, that was the first time that I felt heavily invested in like a main character outside of Link. For me, because I'm a huge Link fanboy, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But outside of Link, that was the first character I could like gravitate to, and the story was awesome, the graphics were awesome. It was like a game-changing, life-changing type of experience. And then, with my wife too, she got into video games. And she's always actually been into video games. Little known fact, before she even met me, she was she owned a PS1, PS2. She played a lot of fighters. She was a huge like Tekken fan and stuff. So I lucked up with that one, thank God. But she's awesome, by the way. Shout out to my wife if she's listening. I love her to death. But yeah, that was a huge thing for me. I know a lot of us are probably right along those same lines, but those online experience changed a lot for me. It was so great, and I thank Xbox for that. So I'm hoping for another 15 plus years of success. Shout out Aaron Greenberg and Phil.
I was actually just gonna say that Twitter having like Aaron Greenberg and Phil Spencer who actually like comment and talk to us on Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah. It puts a whole new personal feeling on the Xbox and, how proud you can be of the console you're playing and not just feeling like, say, you're just some kid stuck on a hobby. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like the community is actually something that has taken work to do and has brought together a lot of amazing people. We got to meet Delilah and a whole bunch of like Xbox fans who have just been able to come together, and even just the things they're doing, like the Xbox go-karts where they're bringing Xbox to kids' hospitals and stuff like that. There's a lot of amazing things that are happening with the Xbox that make us to be able to be really proud to be Xbox gamers. And I'll be happy to be able to tell, our kids that and have them grow up into that lifestyle.
Definitely. And I don't want people, anybody who's listening who may think, oh, these guys are crazy. It's just a box. And it's just, listen, man, it's a hobby just like any other thing. I'm a Steelers fan. If somebody was aiming a gun at Ben Roethlisberger, I'm jumping in front of him.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm jumping in front of the gun. And that, so it's no different, So I have a huge passion for Xbox just like I have, as a Steelers fan, so I don't really look at it any differently. So, She Wolf's talking about the passion. If you're not in the community, it's hard to understand. If you're really not into video games, you're not in the community, it's kind of a hard thing to wrap your mind around. Like, these people are really that invested. Yes, we are. And it's fucking awesome. So I love being a part of this community. I've met so many great people. And like she said, the feedback we get from like executive, we can get on right now and not bragging anything like that, but you could literally, anybody could get on right now and ask Aaron Greenberg or Phil Spencer a question and they're going to answer them. They talk and they answer questions and they act like real people. And that means a lot for a lot of us Xbox fans. We've actually grown accustomed to that. I can't say that for, maybe any other, group, but we've grown accustomed. That's just how they are. the executives of this the Xbox. So it's been awesome. I've loved it. I would never trade it for anything in the world. I've met so many awesome people. So I'm in a complete agreement of what GKB and She-Wolf said here earlier. So if you guys got anything else to follow up on that before we move on to the next topic?
No, man, we knocked that one out of the park, bro.
Awesome. Great. Just wanted to see if anybody had anything left over. So shout out to Predator too, man. I miss my boy Pred, man. I hope you're doing all right. Man. If you're listening, brother, stay safe, man. We're thinking about you and praying for you, man, for sure. Hit me up sometime too. I haven't talked to you in a little bit, man. So want to make sure you're all right. So the next topic here, this is kind of a somber. We're gonna bring it down here. Where's the slow music, GK? Where's the slow music? So I should have planned for this a little earlier. I would have had GKB sing, dress up in a nice suit or something like that. Get it all together. But yeah, definitely. This is about the Nintendo.
That's about the just forgot.
Yeah, that's perfect. Right on cue. This is about the Nintendo Switch, everybody. Got some information. It's pretty somber, man. It looks like Zelda may miss the launch window for the Switch, and I just told you guys I'm a Zelda fanboy, and I'm hurt. I'm genuinely hurt. It's just I don't know what's going on. I don't know why when that's the only game that they showed at E3 in any extensive amount. They literally came out and says, okay, this is what we're showing at E3. We're not going to show the Switch. Well, you're going to get Zelda. So that's pretty much was their bread and butter at E3, and they put it on this pedestal, and now it's not going to be there when the system actually drops. So as an not an NX owner, but as maybe somebody who's going to purchase that day one. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait at this point till Zelda comes out because that's what I want. So I wanted you guys' opinions on what do you guys think may have happened, or how do you guys feel about that game, that was pretty much marketed for this console. It's like the release game, missing the deadline. So GKB, we'll start with you.
Yeah, man, it kind of sucks. Like what you said, I'm not a huge Zelda guy like you, but I love Wind Waker. It's one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. The excuse they said is it takes 6 months to go through this process and test it for glitches, and I completely understand that. I know they got QA and all that stuff, but they knew this was coming. This should be a launch game, absolutely, for the Switch. It shouldn't come out any later than that. It's going to be a system seller, so I'm not sure what the whole thing behind this really is. It kind of worries me a little bit. Is it going to be, is the game not up to snuff? From what we see, it looks great. So I'm not really sure. As far as the launch games, they're touting some kind of Mario game and all that kind of stuff too, which is awesome. But it's got to be worrisome for, Switch 2. And I'm getting it day one, regardless, because I think it's going to be an interesting, console. But I could definitely see how people that are really excited about one game waiting until that game comes out, because that's literally some people only buy a console for as certain exclusives and stuff like that. And I could totally understand that. But yeah, it is definitely worrisome, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I'm not sure. Maybe you had maybe you read, it sounds like you read a little bit deeper into it as far as what may have caused the delay. I just feel like it's just it's a reason. It gives me another reason to worry about the direction that Nintendo is going in. I'm not necessarily worried about the company as a whole, but in the home console market, I'm not sold on it's just they can make as many quality games as they want. They can make as many quality consoles until the frame of mind changes there. I'm still worried because they're still doing things like they used to do them.
Yeah.
These same trips and fails and things that they had.
I'm worried too. If you think about it too, it's not going to be a launch title, which, it's been in development for long enough now. And now they're saying it's a 6 month Q&A thing for the Switch, which, okay. But is it more of a, they're trying to space out the few games they have. So they're trying to push it off a little bit to, get that second wave of people to buy into the Switch because they just don't have a lot of games coming out for it at this point. I'm not sure. We've been hearing a lot of third party too, on board with it and possibly porting some games over that'll actually run on it. But yeah, it's really odd, man. Really, really odd.
Yeah. On top of that, we still don't know much about the infrastructure of the Switch. We know what it does, and we finally seen how it looks and some of the cool little perks and tricks, some of those little cool things, hybrid system. But if that infrastructure is not ready, man, they're getting these third-party games. How are you going to run a COD off of, Me, You, or whatever that is called, as far as you don't have have some of those basic features that we're all used to, how are you supposed to play COD and all these other games,
Honestly,
NBA 2K and
I don't think it's going to have it, Blam, to be honest with you. I mean, they're touting the Switch. I mean, we've seen in the trailers and stuff. It's very, go to your friend's house to, play. So it's going
It's
to
a
be like,
Nintendo DS, but more enhanced.
yeah, but it's going to be more of like a local online instead of like a true online like you would get with a PS4 or Xbox at this point, which is
Well, that's why I
really,
said it's like a Nintendo DS. But are we really surprised, people? It's been the year or the generation of delays, so are we really, really surprised?
well, I mean,
not as far as the delays.
Yeah,
But,
no, the
but,
delay is the fact that Nintendo hasn't had, as far as like with the Wii U. The Wii U was a huge, but it wasn't what everybody thought it was going to be. So it's been a long time since Nintendo had something to be excited about as far as a home console. So if this is your best foot forward, I'm sorry, I'm not happy with it. Something
no,
that they should.
I totally get that too, Blam. Like I'm not really happy about it either. The games, like, I'm okay like at launch not having a lot of games because I know eventually if they do have that third party support, they're gonna come at some point. But the lack of possible like online, and like Shiwo said, it's kind of like a 3DS, just a more hopped up version at this point. Like, I don't know, that worries me more because it almost seems like they want to keep like either a step behind or just stay back in the old Nintendo ways and not go forward with the online infrastructure and stuff that today's gamers are really used to at this point.
Well, they did admit, GKB, that they're not competing with PlayStation and really out of their own mouth that they're not really waiting.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
They're
mean in
not
a sense like making an online like better than Xbox Live but I mean just having that. I don't really foresee that like as a competition.
Yeah.
Usually with competition, like as far as for me goes, it's just the games that are on the consoles. But the online infrastructure at this point should be like a given. Because like you're saying, like, games like COD and stuff, if they do come to the Switch, like, how are you going to do the online games? It's really cool to, chat with your teammates and stuff, especially if you're playing like a search and destroy and stuff like that, to really talk to your teammates and get a good game going. I don't know. I think it's just missed opportunities.
The only thing I would be happy about is you don't have to sit there and listen to all the annoying people that play their music or
Well, yeah, I guess there's that.
play like, I don't know, just, those annoying people that are yelling at other people. I don't know.
Well, Nintendo's really good at that too. They don't play they censor the hell out of that. They even did it. I think wasn't it Splatoon or some game like that where they didn't offer the online the voice chat because they didn't want kids talking to adults and all of that kind of stuff. So it was really, really weird. A multiplayer game like that, they didn't want the voice chat.
Well, I can understand if they're focusing it more towards the younger base. But
but the trailer wasn't. It had like millennials and all kinds of stuff.
That's where my issue comes in when it comes to even the the Switch, for the fact the commercials are always focused on adults. But really, when you look at their games and the styles, you would think, I'm not saying they are, I would just when I see it, I personally think that it would be targeted more towards a younger audience that, parents kind of don't want their kids to go into that whole social media things, which
that's definitely like a fantastic point that you're saying there, She-Wolf, because that goes back to what I was saying before. Is like to not have an online infrastructure, to play games and talk to people and stuff like that is really odd, especially like when you look at the trailer. They showed millennials. They also showed like esports guys and all kinds of other stuff. Like, I just don't, it's just a mixed message at this point. Like, is it going to have online? Is it not? They're not really talking about it either way. So I don't know. It's just weird. But Nintendo, like we said before, beats at their own drum kind of thing. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, and I don't know, man. It's the system's coming out soon, and I'm just, like I said, I when the system came out, and I said this when they first revealed it, I said, okay, everybody, let's wait a little bit. Let's wait like a week. Everybody just come down because everybody was all hyped up because it's new. Because it's a new system, it's different, it's hybrid. Everybody was kind of just psyched up. Oh, it's Nintendo, they're gonna crush it, it's gonna sell, whatever. Let's backtrack because there's some things here that Nintendo there's some hurdles that they still need to get over. Mm-hmm. And I don't think at this point that they've gotten over them hurt. Now, this system may not be for me at all. Outside of Zelda, I may not even touch this thing. I'm be dead honest with you. It may not even be geared towards somebody like myself. So I kind of want to preface all my comments by saying that. Now, if there are people out there that are going to use this thing and travel with it and use it the way Nintendo kind of wants it, or how they're advertising it, that's fine, But for me and a lot of the people that I game with, a lot of people that I know, I don't really see it being something that's going to get. It's a nice complementary system, kind of how the Wii U was.
I don't mean to cut you off, but that's why I said, it feels like a futuristic Nintendo DS because, yes, you have the charge base at home that, you can either charge it or have it play off your TV or whatnot. But then when you travel with it, you got cartridges that go into it, but it's more of a tablet type style where you can remove the controllers and whatnot. It almost looks like they're sticking with the mobile universe and how the Nintendo DS was originally created and the idea of that, but it's like they took that and put it into a console, and that's why I said, to me personally, it feels like it's just a futuristic Nintendo DS.
I mean, that's what they're trying to push, though. Like, what if Nintendo's like trying to just incorporate everything they have into one thing? Where they kind of stop production on the 3DS and just push the Switch as the all-encompassing console for Nintendo.
But then they need to advertise it as that, and actually pick a demographic that they actually want to focus more towards instead of kind of confusing everybody.
I mean, but if you look at it from a business standpoint, like they can't just come out and say, "Hey guys, all those millions of 3DSs out there. Oh, sorry about your luck. We're going to the Switch now." That would be suicide, for them.
You wouldn't do that because they've cornered the handheld market. They're literally the only person at this point that with the handheld. So there's no point in them abandoning that. I kind of get what you're saying, She-Wolf. I feel like if they were going to do that, it feels redundant. I don't know a single person. Now, Nintendo fans out there, you guys may correct me, that would take the Switch and take that over their 3DS if they're on the go. Like the 3DS it's built for that, like specifically, and it works great.
But have we actually heard of any future news of an actual new DS coming out? Like, that's the other question that's kind of gone through my head in the last little while is, usually by now we would have heard of the next DS, whether it's like, say, the 4DS or whatever, but we haven't. We haven't even heard anything of that.
Well, they just did a retooling not too long ago for the DS. They added the second analog stick one. Had a little bit of
the XL, but come on, it's not like.
Well, it had some slightly beefed up GPU, CPU, and stuff like that. So
and then I added there's like bumpers now, the shoulder buttons, things like that. Yeah. So I bought my son one recently. So it's kind of an iteration. It's not really a step up, so to speak, a full step up at least. But I get what you guys are saying. That could be it. You could be right on the money, She-Wolf. That could be where they're going. Who knows? I don't know if the Switch is going to downright just replace the 3DS, but maybe over time they'll refine it and it'll become where it is a actual replacement.
Yeah, and at that point they'll be like, all right, guys, we're stopping production on 3DS, and once they get all their market people, on the Switch at that point, I could see them doing that at that point, but they're not going to say that right now.
The only reason I brought up that point is more because how you said like you would think like when you grab the Nintendo DS, it folds, it's easy to throw in a bag, quick and easy, right? So that's why people would gravitate more to a DS for on the go. But with how phones and tablets are now coming out, phones are getting bigger. They might as well, that's pretty much what this Switch looks like. It might as well just be a big tablet with controllers attached to the sides. That's why I kind of wonder, not saying it will, but I'm just really curious to see what their actual behind idea of it is. And we do also have to look at it this way. No one has really brought this fact up. It's under new management. The original Nintendo guy, he passed away the beginning of the year. Yeah. So it's not like his idea is going to stay with Nintendo, right? It is going to focus on whoever's running it now.
Yeah,
there's also that factor that needs to be brought
they may
up.
have came in, and that's a good point. That's definitely a huge factor, that the management change and the direction that the company's going. That Iwata was more of a traditional guy, right? He kind of followed the river. Didn't really stray too far. But I'm not sure. at this point, everybody is safe to say that we just got to kind of wait and see what Nintendo does. It's unfortunate that we're saying that again. Even, but we just got to
It's
kind of
always
wait.
the waiting game with them.
You would think that they got new management, it would change, but nope.
Yeah, but I love Nintendo, and I'm saying this because I want them to do well. I'm not dogging Nintendo. None of us are.
Yeah.
We're all Nintendo fans. So
I'm getting a day one, so
yeah, no, for sure.
Well, we'll see when it comes out.
I'm getting it.
Yeah. So let's see. So yeah, I mean, we got some other topics here too. I wanted to discuss. That was a great topic, by the way. I wanted to talk about the Xbox One Black Friday sale, man. It's coming upon us fast, actually. In the next week or two, and they got some great sales going on right now. So I'm just kind of curious, what everybody's playing and what everybody's actually buying. I've seen some pretty good sales. I know all of the sales haven't released as of yet. They got more on the way that are going to be they're going to be advertising here soon. But I'm just curious to see what everybody's buying, what everybody's playing. So this is for you guys also in the chat if you're listening. Go ahead and put some of the games you've already purchased or you plan on purchase. So go ahead and start with you on this one, She-Wolf. What do you guys plan on buying or purchasing?
Oh, the Black Friday sale. There's a lot of great games. Like I would love to actually grab say Dying Light because I've been wanting that game, but we keep putting it off because we have so much other things we gotta buy. But the problem is we got Thanksgiving and kids' Christmas and stuff, so I don't know if we'll actually be able to pick ourselves up any games that we want.
Well, not only that, I mean, let's be honest here, we almost buy every game that comes out. But yeah, I mean, I think some of the RPGs like Mafia and stuff like that, it would be definitely top on our list. But nothing super glaring I really need right now. I'm waiting for Dead Rising 4 because that looks awesome. Looks like a ton of fun. I'd be definitely picking up South Park right now, but they pushed it back to next year. Salty. Yep, salty.
March. So mean. Though I'm a little happy that they pushed it to March though. Only because I wish that it would have been January, February, but because now we can get the collector's edition and not have to worry about Christmas money. Because I still have that Coon car on pre-order, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So I mean, those are some of the games.
I mean, they have a huge sale. It's 250 games.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just gonna be crazy. Also, they did the back and pack games now, the new ones. They have new marketing stuff on them now, where you says you could play it on your Xbox One and 360. So I thought that was kind of cool because so on the sale too, some of the back and pack games are on there as well. So yeah, just
nice. Yeah. I noticed that too. I've been seeing a lot of people, showing pictures of games with the Xbox One also playable on Xbox One, labels and things like that on it too. So that's pretty neat. For me, I guess I'm gonna kind of wait and see, what comes out. I mean, I'm thinking about jumping on that Titanfall 2 deal. It's not bad, $30
bucks,
$35, 36, yeah, something like
it's
that.
Definitely worth
maybe even cheaper. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. $30, you can't really beat that. So that there's a couple other games I'm gonna definitely wait and see. Nothing glaring though, like GKB was saying. Nothing that just jumps to oh my god, I gotta get it, But who knows with the with the next week or so coming up, they may have some stuff that you really can't help to jump on. And also, by the way, I want to.
Here's one good thing for anybody: if you need to renew your thing, join Xbox Live for $1.
I was just you took the words right out of my. I was just gonna say that too.
Oh.
Yeah. No, great. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I stay gold. I don't ever run out. So, most people, but that's awesome. If you $1, what I'm saying, $1, that's really, you get a free month, but you get gold, for a month. So that's not $1. Most people find that, in their couch, so that's a great deal. So if you're not gold, now is the time to get it. Does it stack? Can you just buy a bunch of them?
No.
How does that work?
Yeah, I think you only get one.
It's just one. Okay. All right. Yeah. Can't stack it because I'd go buy 20 of them shits for $1.
Can we talk about one thing though? The fact that
go ahead.
This Black Friday, is anyone surprised that some of the newest games that literally just came out a couple weeks ago are already on sale? Like Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, this just seems a little
It makes it more enticing, like, because of the time of the year, and I think a lot of people are going to be buying a lot of games. So if they mark down the prices to like $30, and people can buy 2 games at that price, and like get 2 games for like $30, I mean, that's more enticing for the developers and publishers and stuff, as well as for us consumers. I think it's a win-win for anybody in that aspect around this time. So I wouldn't
I'm
really
not
like read
100%
into it.
surprised.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, here's a
Yeah,
fun fact for
I'm not too surprised about it.
Well, here's a little fun fact. Save up to 50% on select Xbox One games. Gears of War 4 is going to be 50% off between November 24th and November 28th.
That's awesome. It's a fantastic
crazy. Buy it, people.
deal. Yeah, that's a fantastic deal.
So I'm guessing they're looking at that one as like kind of a bigger seller one because it's not on the original Black Friday. Because we know all the most of them are already on sale right now. But yeah, that one is going on sale 50% off. So
definitely. So the sale is insane. I mean, I know Sony, Sony guys, Sony fans have been having some type of Black Friday. I haven't looked it up, and I probably should. I don't own a PS4, but I do like to keep up on games and things that are going on sale just in case, or systems and things like that. So I'm pretty sure PSN are going to have a huge Black Friday sale on that side also too. So gamers, get out there, buy these games. It's the best time to do it. You can always get deals throughout the year, but deals like these only come around during Black Friday. So get out there and support these titles. Buy some stuff that you otherwise right now, I would even say is the best time to buy those games that you may have skipped earlier in the year.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't really.
Yeah.
Like, I can wait because you're going to be able to get some of these games that you've skipped over for like little or nothing, and just have it in your back catalog. So
Recourse is going to be $19.99 hard disk at most stores.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Insane. Really awesome game too. So, all right. So, looks like that was the last topic I had. A couple of questions before we wrap it up here. So anybody in the chat, go ahead and put your questions there. Bond said, is it 50% off, She-Wolf?
Probably $30.
What is it going to be? $35? 30,
yeah,
35
probably about
bucks?
30,
yeah.
35, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did also mention which free game of the year edition is $25. So
that's really good too.
Yeah, pick it up, man. This is insane. So we're going to go ahead and
take DLC with that.
I believe, game of the year edition, I would think that's DLC
usually they
included.
Come with DLC,
I have to take a look. Usually, any type of game of the year edition usually gives you everything. If it is, that's a monster game for $25. You're going to be playing that for a while. So GKB and She-Wolf can kind of attest to that. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So most people are. So yeah. So we're going to take a couple questions. If anybody has any questions, you guys go ahead and throw them in the chat. Wrap up the show here. I don't want to hold anybody too long. I know we started a little bit later. Questions, take them. I see She-Wolf. I see Foxfire. I keep getting you guys mixed. Jesus Christ. You guys have become like one person at this point. Like you and Foxfire.
She's the little dog. I'm the big dog.
What?
Okay, I got you. So Foxfire.
Well, because a wolf is bigger than a fox. So she's she's orange. I'm gray. Does that work?
That totally went over my head, but yeah, I got it.
He's a little lost. Yeah, I got you, GKB. Don't worry, I got you. Brother. So I know exactly what you're saying. So we're gonna take maybe one or two questions, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap everything up. Oh, you guys doing a game night tonight, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Call
go ahead and let
Infinite
everybody know while we're waiting on questions here.
Okay. So community game time will be tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. So we will have the party chat open. I don't know if it actually got fixed yet, but maybe that's why some people haven't been joining, because we've had to have the chat locked the last few times because of the fact of people get kicked. But you know what? I'm just gonna leave it open. Whoever, if you can get in, just whatever. So just so everyone can kind of join in and have fun, whether you're playing or not. And yeah.
Awesome. They run the best community game night, man, on YouTube, in my opinion. They everybody goes in, has a lot of fun. They're always real classy. Just it's pure fun. So if you guys haven't gotten a chance to actually go in and play with GKB and She Wolf, do the community game night. It's free to anybody. As long as you can get in, you'll be able to play. I don't own Infinite Warfare yet. My son is pushing me.
It's good.
I know
man.
he wants it.
You
So
should
It's
buy
good.
it. It's actually more. Oh my god, you have to buy it so that you can play like zombies with us because oh my god, zombies is hilarious. There's exploding clowns. And hey,
Oh my goodness.
it's going to be on sale, I think, for like what was it? $25 for like the two of them or something, I told GKB.
Wow, that's really cheap for the two.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I gotta
25?
find it. Let me find it. It's at a store though. It's not going to be digital. It's going to be a
Still.
copy.
25. Yeah, that's still.
Remember, I don't remember where it is, but it's like both of them. It's like the Modern Warfare and the Modern Warfare and
We can answer Bond's question. He's got random question. Do you think Star Citizen will come to Scorpio? He's like, I bloody hope so. I bloody hope so too, because Mark Hamill's doing a lot of voice acting in Star Citizen, and it looks like a really cool game, and I hope it comes over too.
I don't have much information on Star Citizen, so I'm gonna have to YouTube it or just Google it or something to figure out. I know it's a PC. I've heard of it. I just don't know much about the actual game. So once I take a look, I'll give you guys. So if you like it, then hopefully it comes.
I hope
Let's
so.
see here. Let's see. She-Wolf, not She-Wolf. Good Lord, stop it. Foxfire, I know you got a question, girl. I know she's in the chat down there too.
Fox, call it poopy.
We'll take one more. We'll take one more
It's
question.
because she's a nerd and she couldn't even red box it to join.
Really?
Nerd.
Goodness. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Shout out to Electro too. He just got in here. Appreciate you showing up, brother.
What's up, Electro?
I had a question. She said, "How are you liking the latest Xbox update and the new features?" The biggest thing for me is that. Oh, here you go. The biggest thing for me is that things seem to be a little bit more snappy. They didn't mention that was going to be, as far as like the menu and everything was going to be working a little bit faster. I know initially when we got this update, to switch over from that old dashboard to this one, it was like, snap, 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 snap. Then it kind of
got a little bogged down.
Yeah, kind of a little bogged down. But now it's really quick, honestly, at this point. So that's kind of the biggest thing that I noticed. The clubs, things like that, those are awesome, for the community. I'm all for that. So, GKB, you have anything to add to that? Or?
Yeah, man, like I love the new features and stuff. I thought they're some of the best that we've gotten up to date. Probably better than the UI change and all that too. I'm really enjoying them. I had to turn off like a lot of the notifications because we're just getting like notification about people joining the clubs and everything, and that's fantastic. That people are just like loving the clubs. It's a really nice place, looking for group, chat with everybody. It's got the activity feed and all that kind of stuff. Like super fun. Yeah, and I agree with you too. Like the UI and stuff was kind of bogged down there for a little bit, and I'm glad that they're taking our feedback of making it snappier and stuff, and they implemented that. And they've upped the it's quicker to download games now. All across the board now, so in any region and all that stuff too.
That's
so
awesome.
That's always good.
Yeah, that's I did notice that. I was downloading Blood Dragon to play over there, and I noticed it was moving pretty. I have a pretty good internet connection, but it was moving noticeably faster than maybe in the past. So that's awesome too. And by the way, you did mention clubs, so shout out. I've had a huge influx of people joining the Shop Podcast Club on Xbox. So if you guys don't know, Console Corner. They have a club also too. I have the Shop Podcast Club. So, hit us up. We want as many people to join as possible. We love playing with everybody, get an opportunity to rock out with you guys and do some gaming. So thank you for everybody who's been joining, the Shop Podcast recently too. I've had I'm getting a ton of notifications. I had a bunch of people join recently too. So that's awesome. Thank you guys for that.
Yeah, we're also like BLAM, like me, She Wolf and stuff. There's always open invitations, guys, to join us while we're playing online, or you see us come online, shoot us a party invite and all that kind of stuff. We do our best to join you guys. Sometimes we might not be able to because sometimes we're like recording stuff for like game reviews and stuff like that, and we won't be able to, but we do our best to at least talk back to you guys and join in games.
We do.
And stuff like that.
If anything, if you don't hear from us, just DM us, and we'll let you know what we're doing and why we couldn't. Just so you guys don't think we're ignoring you or anything like that. Feel free to DM us as well.
Yep,
Definitely. Try and make sure we're as accessible to everybody as possible, man. Just hit us up. Don't feel, we're not celebrities, anything like that. Just hit us up, man.
Hit us up, man.
We're
not going to slight you.
Also, sometimes you don't get the notification, so that's why I kind of also say DM, because we don't always see them. So
yeah, sometimes you guys can better get in touch with us here on Twitter. So that's awesome too, or even on YouTube, even sometimes too, in the comment section. So looks like that's all the questions that I had, wrapped up. But thanks for everybody. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's one from Bon.
Oh, go ahead.
Bon X, I think is his name. What game are you looking forward to in the spring?
Oh, that's a good question.
He says his is Andromeda.
Good game. That's a good
Definitely,
choice.
I'm looking forward to Andromeda. That's a damn good choice.
Oh my god, I want Scalebound.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a couple exclusives on Xbox that we don't have like set timetable when these games are gonna come out. So if Scalebound or Sea of Thieves comes out anytime within that first quarter, definitely the game's gonna be looking forward to. But Mass Effect for sure. South Park 2 is awesome. Those are the games that I'm definitely looking forward to though.
Let's see. I'm looking forward to the South Park game and all the games that I couldn't get to this year. My backlog's getting pretty large, so usually the springtime and like summertime is when I can start catching up on a lot of these games. So I'm looking forward to playing some of the games that I missed this year too.
Yeah, getting caught up, because that's usually the time of the year where it's a little slower as far as like game releases. Although next year, who knows, man? I'm not sure. We got a lot of stuff coming, both systems. So, there may be a lot of stuff to play anyway throughout. It seems like they're doing a better job as this generation goes on, spreading games out. So who knows? We may not get a chance to get to that backlog, GKB. So we'll see. We'll see. Definitely. So, She-Wolf, did you want to answer that question also too, or what are your?
I already did. I said
okay.
Scalebound and Sea of Thieves.
Scalebound, Sea of Thieves, and South Park.
Awesome. Okay, great picks. All right. Cool. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast here today, everybody. Like I said before, when we started, we're running a little skeleton crew today. But it's also always awesome to have my family here. These are the people that, I really care about, and they're awesome. These are two of, like some of my best friends for my family, not only here on the, just on the podcast. So they're great, awesome people. So, we're going to wrap it up. So I'm going to let everybody go around the panel, let everybody know where you guys can find them. Most of you guys probably already know, but fuck it. We're going to do it anyway. So GKB, let everybody know where they can find you, bro.
Oh, man. First off, it's always fantastic to be on the Shop Podcast. Everybody subscribe to BLAM. He is an awesome dude, big-hearted, always out there helping out the community and all that kind of stuff. So please sub to this guy. Let's get him to 1,000 by the end of the year. It'd be fantastic. But I'm GKB, the governor. We're going to be doing the Console Corner on Tuesday, Xbox Nation on Wednesday, doing a bunch of videos, recording stuff this weekend. Also working on a lot of cool stuff that we're going to be bringing at the first of the year. Hopefully doing a channel update here at some point to let you guys know and show you what's going on. But it's pretty exciting. We're pretty happy about it. So I hope you guys are too. And as soon as we can share it, we will bring it out to you guys. Oh, and join us on Community Game Time tonight.
Awesome. So She-Wolf, go ahead, love.
So much work he's gonna make me do. Anyways, of course, you can find me on Twitter at xshewolfx, and of course, you can find me on Xbox One at the same thing. It's a U, not an O. And of course, you can find me on Gamers Know's Best YouTube channel, where you're able to see us do videos and console corners there. And again, stay tuned and watch for these polls, guys, because we want you all to vote and be part of this gaming award show. It will be on December 27th. So let's end this year with a bang.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I will be part of that Foxfire, by the way. No hesitation here on my part. No, seriously, no. But yeah, awesome. Glad to have you guys. Always love to have you guys on the show for sure. You guys are family. So me, Blam, I'm the host with the most. That's my new tag. Don't nobody steal it, or otherwise I'm gonna charge you. Anyway, so yeah, so you guys can catch me all across the board, PTK Blam, whether it be Xbox Live, whether it be here on Twitter, YouTube, also too. Please subscribe to the channel. I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. Awesome topics, awesome conversation, everybody. So go to game night too tonight. They're playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That's going to be insanely fun for whoever has a game. So you guys join them, have a good time, man. We are out of here, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, as GKB would say.
Take care of your fellow gamers.
All right, everybody. You guys have a good one. Thanks for coming out.
See ya.